Today on Gibbles and Bits, we're making scalloped potatoes. Now when it comes to scalloped potatoes, I like to say I make pretty good ones. You be the judge for yourself. Well, you won't be able to judge, but these people will, because they actually get to eat it. But what you need for scalloped potatoes are potatoes being the main ingredient. And normally I use bacon, but I don't have any bacon, so today I'm going to use my cream sauce, which has half and half, a blonde roux, and garlic with a little bit of pepper. You're going to need sharp cheddar cheese and the time and patience to watch this video and learn how to make it. So first thing you got to do is, if you have a mandolin, use it, but be very careful because you will get your fingers cut off. Like, it's not if you do it wrong, you just will. Like, I've used one many times, and this is all I got left with my fingers. So when you use a mandolin, you're supposed to use the guard. So we're going to pretend like I do have a guard. But just be safe with it. If you don't, all you got to do is use a knife and cut them. I don't know if you can see how skinny that is. But cut them to about a little under a 1/4 inch thick. See, that's why you use the guard. The safety.
Seems like it would just make more sense to use that to begin with.
Well, the thing is, when you got the big, when you start up here,
yeah,
and you put it on there, you don't have the guide. See how much harder that is? It really doesn't go very fast. There you go. And just like that, with a little YouTube magic, you got a whole bowl. On the oven, we got the cream sauce. And I started this early because it's kind of boring watching it get made. But if you don't know what a roux is, it's an equal part of a fat and flour. The French came up with it because the French came up with everything. So what you do is you melt the butter. So say I use 2 tablespoons each. 2 tablespoons of butter, melt that down. Add 2 tablespoons of flour. You cook that until you get a slightly darkened color and a little bit of a nutty, almost almondy smell. And that's when you know that you're at what's called a blonde roux, which is the second most thickening roux, but not the most flavorful roux. After you have that, you cut your heat off. You add about this much cream, this much half and half, with about that much of that half and half, and about, well, if you're me, 2 tablespoons of garlic, because I love garlic. Put that at a low simmer, and it's just so good. It's just so good. Add a little pinch of salt, because you got to put salt in everything, and then I put a little pinch of pepper, because I like pepper. And then, when I like it a little spicy, put a little bit of ground cayenne pepper. Just a little though. Little goes a long way. Alright, so we're letting this, as soon as this comes up to a simmer, you gotta pay attention. That will make bubbles, and it will bubble over like a mother. So as soon as this thing comes up to a simmer, turn down your heat to really, really low, and it'll be good. So as soon as that comes to a simmer, it'll start to thicken, turn it off, and you're ready for your potatoes. We're gonna start making our scalloped potatoes. Make it so your scalloped potatoes don't stick to the inside of your dish. This. Too much of a good thing is bad for you, right? Well, that doesn't seem appropriate because butter is so delicious. I don't think you can really have too much of it. Besides, it's margarine. It's like a Diet Coke. You can have as much as you want. Alright, so you get up in there, get up in, all up in the corners, okay? And that's going to help with not only flavoring it, but making the potatoes not stick. The water thing, that's something I wouldn't have done if I wasn't making this show, but brown potatoes don't look good. If I was making this normally, I would just cut, layer. But the reason is because by washing them in that bowl, granted, get out of here. You giant dog. It makes them look prettier, but by putting them in that water, all the starch, which will help thicken this up, is now gone. So you want to make, it's kind of like a potato lasagna. You just make layers. Dog's hungry too.
Wait.
My stage hands are really not doing a very good job.
Come here.
Get out of here. Alright, so you got your first layer of potatoes. Put down some cheese. Never have enough cheese. Of my fake butter. I just put a little bit, just a little splitzing here and there of butter. And then do a little bit of pepper, a little bit of garlic salt, and you can do it again. You're going to do this until you reach the top. Alright, now that we have our potato lasagna built, it's time to add our sauce. It got nice and thick, as you can see, full of flavor. Smells amazing. You want to add all this while it's hot over your lasagna. And then this thing, it will seep down in it. It doesn't look like it's gonna, but go kind of slow so it can penetrate. Alright. Like I said, it does go down there. You just gotta work it. You just gotta work it and it'll go down. Sometimes you gotta buy a dinner. Sometimes you gotta meet his family. But now that you got all your sauce on top, you gotta work it down. Put the final layer on there of your cheese. Now there are some recipes that call for it to not be covered, and that's fine. But my recipe does. I like to cover it because it helps the potatoes steam, and I believe that as you steam them, it keeps the texture that I'm looking for, which is a soft but not mushy disc. Crimp it down. And there you have it, au gratin potatoes. And all you needed was a little time, a few ingredients, and a little know-how by watching my channel, and you yourself can have an awesome potato lasagna too. And for those of you who were paying attention, I didn't tell you how to cook it. You want to put it in an oven at 375 for about 45 to an hour. And after that, you take the lid off, crank your oven up to 425 degrees for about 3 minutes. Just pulled the potatoes out of the oven and do they smell good. You gotta let them cool down for probably 15 minutes or so your sauce will thicken up. But after that, you just dig in and love life for about a half an hour. Alright, it's cooled down, and now it's time for the best part, taking a bite. I'm GibblesNBits, and this was Au Gratin potatoes. See you next time.